ATK, they started off fast and they ended smooth, but it was a bit rocky in the middle. 16-12 for ATK on the map pick of Vendetta. Now we go to ATK's home, their castle, their bastion. Boggs and Pineapple Phillips on the mic. Cxzi diving down middle, looking for the headshots, but he does not connect any of those. A bit interesting there, but thought he was on. And Rec will say, well, you know what? I can do that. I'm just going to run by with the Glock and do what the Glock does best. But Chops found 3 from bench. He sits him down, and almost a fourth of Swisher tried to go fishing for it, but he does not get caught. Make it another for Chop as he peeks into apartments. As Chop is having a field day here. Silas with the last there, and just an overall obliteration of the ATK squad. He flawlessly cleaned, aside from that one pick from Rack, pistol round from Vendetta. And, man, that's a good start for them. They needed it.
Needed it. 100% needed it. I liked the play from ATK. I was questioning the Vendetta buy. I didn't get to say anything about it, but they went for complete Kevlar on all 5 players. Normally, if you're lacking the kit, you're going for dualies or something along those lines. No, it was no nonsense, full 5 sets of vests and USPs across the board. And it definitely pays off there with Chop finding 3 and 4, and the 5th for his teammate at the end of the round in middle. It's going to be a relatively easy one for Vendetta. I say that, but the bomb has gone down, and there's a player quite low. Silas does drop 1. Bowden finds the trade, though. Can't see a USP in hand. Drops 1. Even just missed him. He takes 2 so low, but he can't finish off either. 4 players survive for Vendetta, but ATK do get that bomb plant, and that gives them a very solid investment platform going into round number 3.
Very solid indeed. I'll have the FAMASs. I'll have 3 M4s and 2 FAMASs. Not bad at all. Have good amount of utility. Still have some money in the bank. ATK, of course, buying up fully. They also will not have much left over. Bomb plant doesn't go so far. Consti's nade. Will it be timed? Swisher eats 2. He's down to 37 HP. Nom nom. I don't know if frag grenades are that delicious, though. I'm not a big fan of them personally. Maybe Swisher is, as Chop rotates to try and help the B-side tenders here. Lets the FAMAS fly, but he can't get any of those kills. Bowden chases him back with a spray of his own. Rotation's coming in, and Bowden gets caught. Good flash from Silas. Chop around that smoke towards the backside, and the side MisteM caught as well. Not expecting Chop to still be in the open. Another smoke for door, allowing Rec to try and clear around. He gets dinged, but he's going to get a lineup for 1. Almost a second as well, but look at the health. Look at the health of the last remaining player on ATK. 37 HP for Swisher. The jump spot, not enough. Cxzi will finish him off, but 2 bomb plants in a row for ATK. Still, Vendetta 3-0 start. They needed this fast start, but ATK can buy up again. Op should be back in the hands of Consti, though.
A flub there from ATK. That was a round that they made an incredibly good read on. They lost Swisher down to 37 HP towards middle nearly goings, but they made the read instantaneously. If there's aggression middle, it means they're lacking on a site. They made the right read. It was B. They push into the B site, get a free plant, but the neglect, the lack of communication to call it the player aggressing out the window does 2 in when that player should have been a 1 and done. That was Chop. But ATK, they're eager to make up for the transgressions. They're eager to get on the board, and they'll press out middle with much more bravado this time, finding the opening onto Silas as he tries to hit the jump from window. It's a good start, but Consti on the op is always able to bring things back.
It's always ready to bring things back. This position from MisteM, though, who was so good on map 1 to lock things down. He's not expected. He might have been blinded, but he spotted tender first. Chop's trying to re-aggress, refrag, but it's 2 picks for the price of none for ATK, and they've waltzed into an open B site. Bomb will go down safely. Consti will not be able to get a refrag, and he's going to get taken out by Bowden. That's a good start for him, and maybe an op to be picked up as well. He'll go in towards market, try and acquire that big, costly weapon. Chop and Cxzi, though, nothing to go for in this round. They should save, and they will. Stay alive here, and DJ on the hunt might just be able to catch the timing onto Chop if he pushes back towards Palace to group up with Danny. Precarious for Vendetta. And Chop just got spotted. DJ knows, and there's Swisher on the flank. Chop is dead. Only one to survive, if that. Cxzi might have to fight his way out to survive. He will be able to get out of here alive. MisteM dropping!
Oh.
Good crosshair placement finishes him off.
Got scared there for a minute. But they might have had Cxzi.
Oh, yeah.
Very proactive timeout used. It says 2 of 4 as well for Vendetta. Did they use one in the early goings?
Yeah.
Maybe. Could be a glitch. We'll see what happens. We'll see if that comes to bite them. We didn't see nearly 4 timeouts in the first map, so I'm not expecting to see it here either, but we'll have to see. Either way, there should be a solid investment for Vendetta going into this one. They built up a decent enough economy. They had money in the bank. They'll be able to get an op if they desire, but they already have one. And looks like Chomp has dropped the rifle over to Silas. Yes, he has. Full utility for Silas in turn. And Tender has more than enough to invest. He gets an A4, embracing the new meta. ATK, though, they have a very solid investment base as well. They lost, one player in DJ? That was the Hunter. It was an acceptable loss. And beyond that, it was a just peachy round for them finally getting on the board. The Op of Cxzi has a one-way in middle, but no one is challenging. Instead, ATK are very quickly changing things up on this T side. They're looking to group up and just outright scrim towards A. This is a very big change of pace that could catch Vendetta off.
Good amount of nade damage on the MisteM and Wreck as they funnel out of T ramp, but MisteM Dome Cxzi. Silas trades one back with a smoke spam. Big gap as there's no no secondary smoke for the cross. It's very shallow. They'll throw a deep jungle or a deep con smoke actually. Molly for jungle. Silas burns down, but ATK hemorrhaging players down 3v4. No bomb cross to the side either, but Swisher was lurking up towards B. He's found the site open and clean. DJ, though, caught on retreat. 2v3 to the favor of Vendetta. The bomb still taking a long time. It's a long run over. Swisher has a lot of work to do all on his own. Cxzi, can he get posted up? No, he's the farthest one from the site. It's going to take him the longest to get in position with the big green gun. Bowden planning for Cat. Interesting choice. Swisher will go up Cat. Bowden towards the back of full pillar. Might even go into apartments again. Has to be careful not to get caught by the aggressing CTs. But the lack of utility from the CT side. This is where the opportunity arises for ATK. Bowden, he's got to hit that. He's got to hit that, Nate. And that will cause collapse. Vendetta 4-1 up on ATK on the CT side of Mirage. Fantastic start. They've isolated the round victory. That was a odd round from ATK. It looked like they had no idea what they were actually planning on doing.
No, I think that smoke over towards jungle really flummoxed them. I don't know if it missed because of a Molotov. I don't think it did, though, because it landed like right underneath the stairs. They definitely threw 2 smokes. They threw 2.
Well, they threw the stairs smoke, and then that other smoke was a close smoke. They threw the molly behind it.
It's a very weird smoke.
Yeah.
I'll say.
Too much CS2 for them.
Maybe. Could be it. Either way, ATK do have enough money to go for the investment. Thanks to that bomb plant. Wreck is on a Galil, but everybody else is on an AK's and the op for Bodemaster. Hopefully he can make up for that loss. He was caught looking in the round prior, but another opportunity for him. Vendetta is playing their own game here. Stack over towards A with the op of Cxzi on Cat. Cxzi double dipping. Wreck will not let that go unpunished. He finds the trade. To his DJ is now quite low. Tender tagged down in towards window on the crossing. ATK, they have map control. Now they're going to slow things down, and they're going to try to catch Vendetta out in rotation. I like this adjustment. I like this play, and Cxzi towards stairs should not get more than 1. In fact, he finds none. MisteM beheads him. Silas towards window will find 1 in response. Still just even. Still a 3 versus 3. DJ on catwalk, spots 1. Won't swing after that. He has the bomb on his back, and he's at 8 HP, excuse me. That makes things incredibly difficult, but Bowden's here to bail out. He'll find 1, Wreck a second, but Silas doubles down from A in the meanwhile. It's a 1 versus 3 from him. He's already found 2. It's him versus Bowden. Bowden will recover the bomb, sure, but Silas has the rifle, and I would say he's definitely favored in this 1 versus 1. There he goes. An off angle held. Bodemaster walks into the angle. The op is recovered as well, and Vendetta turning all of our expectations in the early goings of map number 2.
Yeah, they're looking good. They're looking poised. They're looking ready. Both teams much more favored on the CT side than the T side of Mirage. It is one of the most CT-sided maps in the pool as of right now, which is kind of funny to say if you've been following this game for any period of time, longer than about a year and a half. But it is one of the most defensive-sided maps now, Nate. And we're really seeing that from Vendetta, but ATK as well, coming up short when it really matters in a lot of the situations. Chop! Aggressive, has to be careful not to get caught out. Flashbang in, Swisher down, Tender with another. Chop's got his back as well as they funnel into the kill zone. Cxzi with that hop gunganeer will get the last two. And Vendetta, pretty clean on that one. Cxzi won't be able to upgrade from the MP9, but that's still fine. He can go play a short angle. And if ATK finally using a timeout now, as it's 6-1 in the favor of Vendetta. They can buy up again. But it seems that when it comes down to the final push, ATK are lacking the menace to actually get it done.
Yeah, it feels like they have a good early to mid-round call. And then Vendetta, whether it's some team play, a good read, or an individual performance, are able to bail themselves out. Look no further than that Silas 1 versus 3. So ATK need to find a way to mitigate those losses. Find a way to maintain the momentum. Maybe have a more direct idea for what they want to do going into the mid-round. Maybe like a heavier lean towards A or towards B to go from there. Because it feels like the bomb is kind of just stuck on someone's back in a very awkward spot, and they have to kind of just pivot around that. ATK, their hands are kind of forced in that respect. Chop. Towards the middle, misses the window jump. They aren't pressing out right. We'll just play bottom connector instead. The op is to support in window. He'll swing. Good shot on direct to start things off. Secondary support as well in connector from Silas. Doubles down, dropping Bowden, who's again having a terrible series, unable to really get off the ground. And ATK feels like they're shot out of this round before it can even begin. A tactical timeout not paying off in this case.
Not at all. Unless Swisher, MisteM, and DJ can pull something back, which is possible with Swisher and MisteM, but Swisher hasn't exactly had a great start to Mirage. MisteM and Iraq being the only ones who really aren't doing anything for the squad. DJ not going to catch Cxzi off, sprays away, just scares Danny back down the ladder. He'll retreat. Doesn't need to go for it. Silas, he can get a couple of kills here, but he's going to get... Sure, yeah, he's caught. Bit of a messy spray, but he's caught. Cxzi up on top of Ticket, though. Can punch some tickets down the river Styx. I don't think those are free, though, Nate. Been told that you need to pay the ferryman with some coins. If you do end up having to go down the river Styx, hopefully they have the coins available. Site control, though, for ATK. The bomb can go down. But Cxzi can pluck them away. That's a big miss. MisteM crouching, throws off the aim. And now DJ's going to stick that one down. Cxzi, long range, messy spray. Not a favorable duel for him at all. Just two left, Tender and Chop. Tender brings it to a 2v2, but DJ trades that one back. MisteM's picked up the op on his low HP. DJ taking a little bit of chip damage. Chop spraying through triple. 77 HP for DJ, 39 for MisteM. Chop needs these two. Got the kit, but he's only got about 10-15 seconds maybe to get this done. MisteM holding the angle, hits the shot. 6-2, ATK get around on the board. They lost the first two picks, but they're able to exploit some aggression from Vendetta, some isolation of players, and take the A site.
Well done, take the A site. Bail themselves out. I must say, it's an uncharacteristic op miss from Cxzi that really gets them into it. Without Cxzi on an MP9, it's a very different round. I don't know why Cxzi was on the MP9. He had like 1650 in the bank, if I'm not mistaken. That's a lot of cash. If it was a misread of the economy.
It was saved from the previous round.
That's what I was thinking. Or if it's saved from the previous round, I guess it's acceptable, but still, very unfortunate. Cxzi has got to be like 7-1 in these duels versus the rival opper. Again, unseating Bowden. This time towards middle. Swisher towards the apartments, not faring much better, and this scrappy buy from Vendetta is somehow making it work against ATK.
Can we get a ping check on Bowden at some point?
Someone said he's playing in EU. I think it might be a ping check.
I know he was playing in EU for a couple of days. Oh yeah, because they just finished. Yeah, there's no way he would have gotten home. He's definitely in EU. That would make a lot of sense for some of these fights. MisteM up close though. He's not in EU. He's in NA. He's gonna back away. DJ creeping out of apps or palace, excuse me. Gonna try and get down on the side. Wreck gets domed by Tender. That's his second deagle kill of the round. Silas sprays away on DJ and MisteM last man standing in a 1v5. It's a collapse of a round for ATK. And right after they get something good going, it just gets ripped right out of their hands with what could be a flawless victory and a half by a round from Vendetta or Force by. Yeah, they'll lose one. Danny goes for the hunt, but they should still win the round relatively clean. They shouldn't lose more than one more player, if that. 3 players can swing wide in. Ooh, nice little angle from Tender there onto the Tetris player. And good round from Tender as a whole. 3 kills for him.
3 AKs recovered as well. Looking very good for Vendetta. Was it a rather scary touch-and-go investment at the start, but it turned into a very commanding and dominant performance from them. The Deagle finding the shot in towards apartments, further cementing their advantage 5 versus 3, and from there, ATK just kind of fall by the wayside. Nothing much they can do in the round, and it's now ATK's turn with a scrappy investment. Swisher goes down to 900 in the bank. Everybody else half buying around it. 1 tech 9, 3 Deagles, and a true dream. Cxzi. This is the opening through the smoke by a hair's breadth, and now Silas and Connector has a good amount to do. Spamming the smoke, he'll find one. Cxzi does find a second as well onto Wreck. Tender on Catwalk looking for more. Should be another convincing round for Vendetta. Another opportunity for them to build that CT economy and build their confidence as well. I say that, but a little bit of a curse from me. Both Master and Swisher both find one. Silas will find a trade, but damage has been done. Swisher another. Can they actually find the victory? Surely not. Silas will silence Swisher towards Catwalk, leaving just MisteM. It's been a solid force thus far in this series, but can he pull off the 1 versus 2 with just a tech 9? That's the question.
MisteM should at the very least get a bomb plan out of this. He's going to stick it now. Goes for a little bit of info peeking. Gets it down. No gun, though, picked up. It's a bit of an issue. The Tech 9 at this kind of a range is not going to win out against an AK. And Silas will eventually mow him down. Grabs the op and the defuse as well. Come on, Silas. Get those R-dubs. There you go, buddy.
Utility. He's getting utility.
Yeah.
Expensive round
It's always
nonetheless,
a
though.
heads-up
CT's. It is. Got a nickel and dime, especially when you lose 3/5 of your squad.
Yep.
Especially with Tender and Cxzi at, what, 500 or below? Like, that is dire straits. They need to get dropped rifles ASAP. Silas and Chop will do exactly that. And Cxzi will be dropped an op. They'll shuffle the money around, cook the books, figure it out. Should be a solid enough buy, all things considered, but it won't leave much cash in the bank for the following if they lose here. So ATK still have an opportunity to reset their opponents and come back into it, but they haven't really showed us anything too exciting. They did in the early goings, but Vendetta have pivoted incredibly well, and now ATK, it looks like they're at a loss. We'll have to see what the adjustment is here and now in round number 11. Good Molotov in the window, forces Silas out, forces his hand. He nearly wins the duel, but MisteM, the rock of his squad, the top frag, the shining star, instead wins the opening duel. And that is the opening that ATK need to get back into this one.
Well, it's back. It's 4v4 now as Tender connects the nade onto MisteM. Cxzi at the op wins it against Swisher, who goes for a little bit of a pre-fire, misses this first shot and doesn't even get a chance for a second. And what started out with a man advantage for ATK is now flopped into the other direction. Vendetta have the one up, and Cxzi down in hell actually gets caught up by a wreck. That's a bit of an unfortunate happenstance for him. He needs to win that fight. This evens it up to a 3v3 and gives ATK a leg to stand on again. 2 in towards CT, Tender and Cxzi. Tender been very crisp with it as of late. Sprays away, but Bowden's gonna get that bomb down. Has the op, he'll back away towards ramp. Bomb ticking away just a little bit now. Chop coming up through connector. Bowden with the op duel 1. He hits Tender as well. Bowden heating up at the right times. ATK look to get a third on the board. Chop wants nothing to do with the rest of this round as his teammates are broke, and he is too. He'll try and save the AK wreck on a bit of a pro, but he's not going to overextend either. Doesn't want to give Chop away back into the round. We will see a 5-round gulf between these two sides, but ATK getting a third, a long coming third round on the board as they've been doing some damage, just failing to actually get the rounds on the board.
Yeah. I feel like Vendetta had a way back into that one as well. It was very scary for ATK. And you know what? Looking at Bowden Master's score, something that makes sense. He's on 140 ping. He's the player holding angles. He has the op. And when you give him high ping, it takes away his only advantage as an opper. That one-shot pre-fire, fast-fire ability is completely wiped away by the ping, and that kind of explains it. Nonetheless, though, still finding 2 towards CT there, really cementing the round in his team's favor. That's a big pair to find. Also probably a big confidence boost for him as well. Vendetta, they cobble something together. It's incredibly ugly. It's 3 rifles and 2 deagles, 1 kit, a little bit of utility. And again, the individuals are fire hot for this team. They can definitely pull this one out. Good start for Chop. Takes down MisteM. Combined fire with Cxzi. Swisher trying to adjust, trying to show pressure towards B in the meanwhile to draw those players off the catwalk. While he does that successfully, Vendetta have made big adjustments. Big inroads elsewhere, namely the 2 players pressing ramp. That's Cxzi and Silas. A lot of control over the CT side.
Consti up in ladder. Can knock this all down. He's got the lineup for the pair. The bomb drops in. Rek's gonna try and trade. Actually, we'll get gifted that kill as the utility allows Rek to get that trade. But Swisher and Rek now have it all to do a 2v5, and now a 1v4 for Swisher. 1. Knows where Chop is as well on site. At least the general position, but he does not have the correct total information. Tries to go for a spam into the open. Chop does not do enough damage. Swisher has to get the bomb, though, and he's only got 30 seconds to go. Cxzi and Silas going together. One spotted. Does he expect the last? He does! Ooh. And he wins it all! Swisher with the headshots. He knocks them all down. Comes up with a hero play for ATK. Doubles his kills in 1 round. And cuts the deficit of Vendetta down to only 4. Massive individual effort. A 1v4 from Swisher. He isolates the 1v1 duels, and he wins it outright without even needing to get the bomb down.
It was a Herculean task, and he made it look easy. It looked like a normal daily chore. Absolutely fantastic from Swisher. Again, he was one of the stars in map 1. He's been incredibly quiet on map 2, but that is an answer to a call to duty. Very well done from him. Vendetta now are broke. Back to the Stone Age with just rudimentary pistols. They do have 1 deagle. Should make that 2, excuse me, on Tender and Chop. They had a P250 as well on Cxzi, but that's been beheaded. ATK stem the bleeding here, make it a convincing victory, build up enough economy to not worry about it for the rest of the half, and more importantly, secure your 5th round. Talked about it being an incredibly CT-sided map. Theoretically, 5 is all you need on this T side.
It's all you need. 6 would be more ideal, and it's probably a little more likely given how well they've been playing in the last few rounds. Rek staying alive, has backup from Swisher coming in underpass. Consti is the last man standing, and he won't be able to do too much here. Just gonna sit on site, I guess, and wait for the timer to go expire and the bomb to tick boom. He could sit on the chair, but there's no fun in that. You might as well go try and get something done. Get 1 kill.
Do something, please.
Don't just sit on the microwave.
You spent $0 in this round. It doesn't matter if you live or die.
$300 kill reward is not going to make a difference.
He's saving his stats. It's not going to make a difference, especially when all 5 are surviving, right?
Unless they're using it as a timeout.
That's fair. It could be as well because they're going to invest in the following. This was a save round after all. No one's coming his way. Actually, MisteM was there, but not enough ticks at the end of the round to get him into an actual angle to fight. ATK. Looking solid. 7 is still a very solid possibility, and if they get 7, it's more than enough on their T side.
7 would be way more than enough, dude. 7 would be fantastic, especially considering this is what, 8-2?
Yeah.
So yeah, 8-5 now. That's already a solid comeback. 8-6, even more so. 8-7 would be incredible. 5 rounds in a row to close out the half on T-side Mirage, no less. Would be great for ATK. Set themselves up for victory. EG Black took map 1 against Strife in the other matchup, 16-11. Not sure about their current score on map number 2. Tender, though, with the opener onto DJ. Cxzi still around towards Hell. Rex clearing him out, but he cannot get the kill. And Cxzi doubles up this time. Swisher trades it back. He might have to do another Herculean task. Bowden grabs the bomb on the AK. Silas around the smoke towards CT. Backs away as the smokes will go forward. Chop on the flank. Bowden expects. Does Chop have the drop? He does. It's all up to Swisher again, 1v4. Doesn't get past the first 9 rounds of the board for Vendetta, but more than enough to reinvest for ATK. They've got plenty of money. So now 9-6 half, the best case scenario for ATK. 10-5 for Vendetta. Bowden back on the big green. But still, ATK with a pistol round victory, even if it's a 10-5, can completely turn around the scope of this game.
Definitely could. Again, 5 is theoretically enough for ATK. 6, more than enough with the breathing room, especially with that pistol round victory. This round is going to be a hard one. Swisher starts it off right, though. We talked about him having an incredibly slow start, and look at him now. Nearly atop the scoreboard, in fact, tied for top frag. Rek trades out Swisher, going down as a martyr. Maintaining that advantage 4 versus 3. Cxzi, though, still has that op in play for the CT side, and that is a massive spanner in the works for ATK. They have to try to play around it as best they can. Looks like ATK are grouping up, though. B is going to be the call. It is the right call as well. There's no one watching the B side proper. There's a player catwalk hiding. That is Chop. There's a player in the market watching window. That's Cxzi. They can just contact out towards B. It would be a smart call, but the utility instead betrays the play. Cxzi now on the back of sight is ready for the crossing. Will he get the Opera's duel? No, he won't. Players crossing instead. Line up. He'll only find one. DJ gets the trade, and Rek finds a second. Chop on catwalk is distracting the bomb, but he's boxed in. No chance. It's a 9-6. ATK recover, but is it enough? We'll see after the break. Very solid recovery from ATK towards the end of the first half. It did look dire for a brief moment, but they do bring it back, and now they're on the comfortable side, CT side. I'm Pineapple Phillips, joined by Boggs. We have a very quick group up and potential play towards B here, along with a plethora of ATK players to greet them. MisteM holding towards bench, falls away. DJ's the one to find the opening. Cxzi a trade. DJ answers back, doubling down. Cxzi, though, triples down before Swisher could unseat him. The deagle in hand for Swisher, no less, leaves just Silas in the 1 versus 2, and it's a good crossfire. The 180 from Silas, 1 and 2. There's no way, Silas. How does he pull it off? How do Vendetta emerge victorious from a death trap like that?
Silas.
Did he hit the
Silas
180
very
button on
good
his
player,
controller?
but this is not normally.
No. Did he hit the 180 button on the controller?
He's
Like,
got
that's what
a
it is.
Chrono Zen. Dude, what the heck was that? That wasn't even like a full 180. That was like a 120-degree flick. Just perfect. And I was like, all right, Swisher's back on his deagle beat on the pistol rounds. And then Silas goes and denies everything. Good Lord, Silas. He's having a map. Top frag on the team and on the server as a whole. 17 and 6. He's loving Mirage. And it's no Mirage. The Vendetta are in front here on map number 2. 10 to 6 after that pistol round victory. That's both pistol rounds going the way of Vendetta too, so you know what that means. They better win. But ATK have forced back. They're going to try and stymie this Vendetta lead and shut it down now. Around the smoke, Swisher caught by Tender. Scout tag, but not the frag. A rotation into CT, perhaps. A bit of an intriguing proposition. But DJ backs away after scaring them back with that deagle shot. 5-7 for Wreck. Can't even spam away as the bomb goes down. It's going to be 11 for Vendetta. Nate, I think we're going to a third.
It feels like it at this point, right? 11 to 6, likely 12. Although the pistols being saved in the following does give ATK a glimmer of hope. But given the way that Vendetta are performing individually, it does feel like we're going to map 3. Conti is at 12, doing more than enough on the op. Silas is at 17, as you mentioned. Robo aim in the pistol round. And Chop also doing more than enough at 14. Tender and Cxzi as well. Not heavyweights, but not completely lacking in the server either. 12 kills for Tender, 10 now for Cxzi. It's looking so good. Yeah, everybody's had their moments individually. Cxzi as well under the balcony, I think, finding 1 or 2. It's just looking so good for Vendetta.
It really is looking so good for Vendetta. It's kind of crazy how well they're playing right now, considering how poorly they were on their own map pick. It looks like they've woken up, and ATK just can't get roused from their own stupor. They're stuck on pistols now. A couple USPs, a deagle, and a 5-7, some nades for a stack out towards mid. And nobody from Vendetta going that direction. They're going to ramp heavily. Cxzi's going to go clear out towards B. He's going to go do his lone wolf shenanigans with the MAC-10 in hand. MisteM charging up the stairs. Going to get blindsided. First pick for a Vendetta player. The bomb gets down on the A site. Cxzi just going around Rambo style. Overall, though, it's going to be 12-6. 6 rounds between these two teams, Nate. And night-night Swish. Nothing you can do about that.
Nope. Cxzi now with MAC-10 next to the bat. Once that $600K or $600, excuse me, not 600K. That'd be way too much. In the bank.
That's a lot of money.
Would be a lot of money. Talk about inflation. It's hitting Counter-Strike too. Yeah, anybody want to send some over my way? The Glock's out instead. He just wants to get the job done and stay alive. One knife out for Bodemaster. True desperation, but you know he's not going to get it done with a pistol after all. Not with 0 bullets in the magazine. Tactical timeout, very important for ATK. They're running out of rope. 4 rounds that separate Vendetta from victory on their opponent's map pick and from a third map. And ATK, they need to hit the ground running in this first rifle round. They have 2 rifles purchased up, probably a third and a fourth to follow. The question is, does Bodemaster get the op? Again, just given his ping, I would say go for a rifle, but the op is so important on a map like Mirage that you kind of just have to see it, even if it's going to struggle.
Need to win this round. They need to win this round bad, ATK. If they don't, Vendetta are so close to victory. They're already on the verge of 13. They're 4 rounds away from 16. This round is very critical for ATK's chances. Flashbang to go high for Swisher. No pushes in, as there's mid control for ATK, but Vendetta want nothing with that zone of the map. Can't say I blame them either. Always an awkward one. Smokes out CT. Rex gotta win that fight. Tender just destroys him on the wide swing out. Balk. Swisher trades, but loses 95% of his HP in the process. MisteM trying to spam away at Silas, but he's gonna get that bomb down. Bowden in towards CT. He's on the high ping, so he's gotta win this fight disadvantageously. Molotov in, he can't even swing now. Honestly, just give Bowden an SMG and have him run around the map. That honestly might be the best call right now for his ping.
Pro 90 play would be epic. I will say the Galil finds 1 and finds 2. That Galil is so deadly against players with no head armor. It's found the 1 tap. It was the difference maker on the A side opening over towards CT. It finds 1 and 2 in towards CT spawn. And it sends Swisher to an unwinnable 1 versus 2. Silas and Cxzi going to save. I'm sure Cxzi's eagerly looking for an upgrade as well. I think the op will survive here at ramp. Should. Nope, does not. Okay, that's a big gun to drop. Cxzi will grab an M4 for his troubles, but the op is a big weapon to lose. Fortunately for Vendetta, money's not an issue for them on the T side. They'll be able to reinvest into whatever they so desire. No op, important to note. They're going to go fast. They're going to play quick. They don't want that big green hampering the aggression.
Gotta go faster, 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 faster.
We don't want to get copyright claimed, okay, Boggs? We got to calm down here. That was too good of a rendition.
Oh yeah, way too good, but just ripping it right like a 2005 LimeWire copy.
I thought you were playing it through your mic, man. I honestly, it was perfect.
I wonder how many people are gonna get that reference.
Not many. His pistols.
Ooh.
Okay. Saved his pistols. MisteM finds 1. Not a second. Shot. Cuts him to size. Loadmaster on catwalk. Not long for the world. Had the lone rifle. And Cxzi, watching for the rotations in the middle, finds the final nail in the coffin. Vendetta, 2 away from taking their opponent's map pick. And I must say as well, this map has been far more dominant in their favor than the first map was in the favor of ATK.
Yeah. Ready for Inferno here. I'm like, all right, so who's got the Inferno stats? What's Inferno looking like for both teams? And then I remembered ATK 2 in the last 10 on Inferno, and this map does not bode well for them as a whole. It's not looking too hot for ATK. Swisher's on the secondary op. He takes a pretty interesting shot on the first drive, and then MisteM's going to clean up his mess. Cxzi running around in front of Khan, going to get caught. Chopped to spot 1, but he doesn't take the shot. Wise move. Doesn't want to get traced right back. No, it's not CS2, so the smoke won't dissipate, but still. Doesn't want to get tracered. Flash in. Swisher backs away. Tender tossing util in towards Sniper's Nest, but Cxzi plucked away by Wreck. MisteM still around in Khan as well. Spots Tender jumping across. That's only a little bit of chip damage on the jump. Caught by Silas, though. Trade available. DJ needs to win that. He can't. 3v3. Swisher to the sidearm. Silas has 3. He's looking to edge up towards 30 kills at 24 and 7. 3+ kill to death differential right now. And Bowden and Rex, so much to do. And Bowden, he's only one with HP. Rex on 13. Stuck in firebox. There is a molly for Silas. He could get 2-ticked. He's got to fight this out. He's got to fight this out right. Play the bomb plant, maybe. There's an eye on him. And Silas counters. On for the ace. In the open. Bowden with 1. But can he get more? He's got to find 2. They know where he is. He's got the first counter flash. Blinds him. 15-6 map point for Vendetta.
Swisher trying to be the hero in that round, swapping to the USP to catch the reloading player Catwalk, but he was way too late on that aggression. Instead, he just furthers the advantage and cements the round in favor of Vendetta. Very unfortunate there for him, trying to be the hero, but definitely a little bit too assertive on that one. ATK scrapping together whatever they can. It's 3 FAMASas, 2 M4s, no kit, a lack of utility versus the best buy Vendetta can get. Vendetta, at this point, I feel like 16 is a foregone conclusion. This should be a 16-6 given the hefty advantage. FAMAS at range is going to really struggle in Rek's hands.
That's a nice pick from Silas. Looking for his 30 bomb. He needs an ace though, so I don't know if he'll grab it. MisteM and Bowden. 2 quick kills in return, keeping them alive. It's a long road back. 9 rounds in a row required for overtime, Nate. That would be a feat and a half. That would be a massive clawback. The odds are not in ATK's favor for that kind of a comeback. Although this round, they should at the very least put on the board in their favor.
Give
It's
the
usually
advantage,
another
yes.
measure of a team where if they are able to claw back at least some rounds before they lose in this kind of a fashion, they usually do better on the third and final map than if they just kind of whimper out and fizzle like a firecracker, like one of those sparklers in a bucket of water.
It's going to be a real uphill battle, though, on the CT side, with this economy as it is. Now, keeping 4 alive will give them solid footing going forward, but if they go down to 3 or even 2 alive, it becomes a serious issue. Bodemaster on the boost finds 1. DJ spots a second. There we go, dead to rights. He's just chopped. He's had a solid second map, excuse me. It's 18 kills, but 1 versus 4 does seem like a little bit of a preposterous proposal. He's going to throw out the op for good measure before going for it. Economy's not too big of an issue for Vendetta, so he's going to hazard an attempt. Where is he? 5 seconds left. It looks like he might even try to save the rifle instead.
This is bizarre. Why?
Bizarre, and it's a very, very random spot to save as well. Behind the smoke, he just falls after time. I'm so confused. What was the read there? I'm at a loss.
I don't know. I don't know at all. That one gets a question mark stamp from me. But it's another round, so we can forget about that for now. Now, if for some reason Vendetta lose this half and it comes down to a weak buy on Chop, then we could look back at it. But I don't think that'll be the case here. Bowden up in Sandwich, though. He's just going to try and get the drop on somebody.
This is what he should have been doing from the start. Playing a one-and-done angle. Or pushing in around with the Pro 90 and flashed in. Something along those lines. Something different.
MP9.
Yeah.
Me when I play on UK servers.
He's just caught. He's dismantled. No chance. Cxzi takes him down. Chop finds one as well. MisteM, no! Coming alive! Showing us some performances like that of map number 1. Leaving just Silas. A 1v3. It is doable. We've seen crazier things. We saw Swisher win a 1 versus 4. And Silas, with the performance he's having, a 1 versus 3 is definitely possible, but given the positioning of the ATK members, don't think it's possible. He's not going to expect to play Palace, surely not. So, we'll try to do something. Walking in. 40 seconds left. Plenty of time. First challenge will be MisteM. On the side off angle. Head was spotted. Silas doesn't get the kill. He will get the bomb, but the surprise factor gone. Doesn't really stand a chance. Swisher swinging from Palace. Very timely on that one. Finds the kill. ATK do continue to stay alive. 8-15. They want to tie it up. It would require 7, and it would only send us to overtime. It would not get them a victory. To say it's a very big call to duty would be an understatement.
It's not going to be an easy task at all for ATK, but they're starting to take it 1 round at a time, and that's the way they have to do it. 3rd of 4 timeouts used by Vendetta. As you can see there in the top, it's no question as to why. They've been playing very well individually, and as a whole, as a team, as a unit. But now ATK have found a bit of a read on the defense. The only thing is, as we've been saying for the past few rounds now, they're down by so many. It's such a hard task to even get this to overtime. Vendetta, though, bind down to the end of their bank accounts, so there is an opportunity for ATK to get towards double digits pretty cleanly. That's where things will start to get a little more nerve-wracking for Vendetta. No womp for Bowden, but again, with his ping, it's probably not the best option. He can probably get a little more damage done with a rifle. It's on the A4, AK's on 2, A1S is on a pair as well. Bowden up through underpass. Getting information. It's a B push. Silas catches Swisher off early. He's tagged low, but DJ stuck blind, and he's caught on the logs. This is the game. This should be the game. This better be the game. There's no way Vendetta should throw this round. They've got 5 alive. They've got utility. They've got the bomb down. ATK walled out with no utility. This is a disastrous collapse from the ATK squad. But all to end like this off the back of the timeout in a B rush. A classic. And Silas, he needs 2 for 30. Ooh, nifty from Bode.
When you're peeking, it's a different affair. He finds 1, he finds 2. Tender, though, answers in kind with a pair of his own. Rek finds 1 and only 1. Cxzi up from the apartments finds the final nail in the coffin. That is a dominant 8-16 performance from the likes of Vendetta. And to say that surprises us might be an understatement. We said that it should be an ATK map through and through with the way that MisteM and Swisher were performing.